Hi everybody, David Paul with you in the KHOU 11 Weather Center. It is Sunday evening with your tropical update. It's busy out there in the tropics. Got a couple of systems that we're watching that have formed. Beryl is, of course, a major Cat 4 hurricane. We've got newly formed TD3 in the southern Gulf of Mexico. This spot that came off the west coast of Africa has a 70% chance for developing over the next several days. We'll watch that one as it follows in the footsteps of Beryl. Closer to home, TD number 3 is formed, Bay of Campeche. This one has closed off a surface low, so it's been upgraded from a disturbance to a tropical depression. This system is forecast to move into Mexico. In fact, it's already bringing rain into Mexico. This is going to be a big rainmaker for central and coastal Mexico. It does have a broad rotation to it. It has increased the surf just a little bit on the Texas coast, so there is a rip current advisory for the middle and upper Texas coast for the next several hours before that moves inland. What there is of this is moving west at 12 miles an hour, and that motion is expected to continue. Forecast track from the Hurricane Center takes the depression inland tonight, and this is going to be a rainmaker and a flash flood and a mudslide threat for central Mexico over the next day or two as it rains itself out. Then from Houston, there is Beryl. Beryl has become a powerful Category 4 hurricane. Unusual to see a system this strong and in this position in the month of June. Usually if you're going to get formation like this, it's closer to home in the Gulf and the Carib, but here we are and it's formed out here, and a couple of reasons. Water temperature out here is well above normal for this time of the year. In fact, it's near record levels that we've measured for this time of the year, and also upper level winds are very, very light. You can see how all the upper level clouds are fanning out in all quadrants, so there's no exhaust block. There's nothing stopping this heat engine from pulling heat off the water and then feeding it into the storm. Winds at this are maxed out at 130. It's moving west-northwest at 18. Pressures at 960 millibars. We have hurricane warnings up for Bridgetown and Scarborough, but the Windward Islands here of the entrance to the Caribbean Sea are going to take a hard hit from Category 4 Beryl as it moves through on Monday. Forecast track from the Hurricane Center does take this through the islands as a 4, then weakens it to a 3, still a major hurricane, perhaps weakening to a 2 south of Jamaica. And then forecast does have it making landfall most likely on the Yucatan Peninsula. That would be Thursday night into Friday morning if it follows the middle part of the cone. But remember, statistically, it's just as likely that the storm could be on the right-hand side of the cone or the left-hand side of the cone. Again, just as likely it could be anywhere in that cone. So we could see a strike closer to Belize, or we could see it shoot the gap, the Yucatan Channel, and get into the Gulf of Mexico unscathed. So, it's still a long way out, but it's something that we do need to be paying a little more attention to with that westerly track forecast from the Hurricane Center. And then these are all the spaghetti plots. As you can see, they do in general take it into the Yucatan Peninsula, but there's a spread. We could see it on the southern edge of that track going into Honduras and Nicaragua or Belize, or it could ride the northern part of that track, again, just statistically as likely. And if it were to shoot the gap, the Yucatan Channel, and get into the Gulf unscathed, that would be something that would be a little bit more concerning to we here in the western portion of the Gulf of Mexico and on the Texas coast. So with a forecast like that, what should you be doing? Well, really the same thing you would be doing if it were the beginning of the hurricane season and we don't have a storm out there. Know your evacuation plan if you live on the coast. Know where you would go if we had to evacuate, Galveston, Bolivar, Surfside, and know what route you would take. If you're inland and you don't have to evacuate and you're staying in your home, hiding from the wind, you want to make sure you have 5 days of food and water and medicine on hand so that if a storm does come in, you can just hunker down, stay safe in your home, and not have to get out in a panic or in an emergency to get food or water or medicine. You want to have that on hand, 5-day supply for everybody in the house. And just monitor the forecast. During hurricane season, you should watch the weather at least once a day. When we've got a system like this, it's best to watch twice a day so nobody gets caught off guard, just in case the system does decide to bring more impacts to the upper Texas coast. That's where we stand right now. We'll continue to monitor and keep you posted through the week as we watch the tropics very carefully for the next 5 to 7 days.